Good morning guys, welcome to another sunny morning here in Putney. I had a slight change of thought late last night that after going out and seeing all the deer in Richmond yesterday, I really want to go out and actually have a day or an afternoon at least taking some photos, because I don't get much chance to take out my big zoom lens. So yesterday's vlog's already gone up. Any keen-eyed people will have noticed that. So today is going to be a photography vlog all about doing wildlife photography here in London. So there's two main places to go in London if you want to get nice wildlife shots, especially if you want to get shots of deer. You've got Bushy Park or Richmond Park. Once you get to Richmond Park, there's three main car parks to park in, but what's good to do is just have a quick drive around, do a lap of the park, just to find where most of the deer are. So if you look out the window now, you can see actually there's a whole herd of deer there. Don't know if you can see that. So what I might do is turn my car around, because I've literally just driven past a car park. So I'm going to turn around and see if I can get some shots from here. So I've just got out the car in Richmond Park, and there's a really strong wind which is going to make the audio pretty bad for this vlog. So I apologise in advance if the audio is not very good. But just over my shoulder, a massive herd of deer. So I'm going to come up downwind of them and fire off some photos.
Check this out. Check this out. This.
So what equipment do you need to have a good day of shooting wildlife? Well, the first thing is not camera related at all. You need good clothing, a good jacket, comfy shoes with good grip on them. Always carry a waterproof with you, because the last thing you want is when you're out and about, the weather to change and then you get soaking wet and you're not comfortable anymore. After that, you're going to want a camera with a fairly good zoom lens on it. Now, this is a 70 to 200 with a 2x converter on it, so it's 140 to 400 mil, so you get pretty close with this. But there are much cheaper options that provide more or less exactly the same image. So a good 70 to 300 millimeter, if it's got image stabilization, even better, but that will get you some absolutely cracking shots. I'm working with a 5D, but that's really just because that's the camera that I've got. Any camera you've got with a fairly decent zoom lens on it will be perfect. I've also got the Lumix FZ1000. This is what I use for filming slow motion, but it's got a 25 to 400 mm zoom lens on it, so it's the same zoom that I'm getting with the 5D, but I picked this up second hand for about £300, as opposed to a couple of £1,000 for all that equipment there. So you should be able to zoom in just as much with this as you can with the Canon. The last thing I'd recommend if you're shooting with a big zoom lens is either a monopod or a sturdy tripod. This just means you're not having to hold the weight of the camera all the time. So all the weight of the camera is going down through the monopod, and then all you're having to do is look through the viewfinder to compose your shots. It saves a lot of time getting wobbly shots, and also it just makes your life a lot easier. I've just come over the top of the hill, hoping to get out the wind a little bit, partly to make this a bit easier, but also it's just a bit warmer. The sun's actually got quite a nice amount of heat in it. Anyway, I'm now looking for more deer. I left that herd, and I think I can see another herd over there. One of the things to keep in mind is always keep moving. You know, there's no reason to stay in one place all the time. You might have found a great location or a great animal to take pictures of, but you never know what's over the next hill, so it's always good to keep moving, keep watching what the light's doing, and just keep your eye out for the next good picture. see a whole herd of young deer just past this tree line here. So I'm going to try and get some nice shots of them. Let's have a look. Now what I've done is put my camera in silent mode just to try and be as little distraction as possible because I don't want to scare them all off. In fact, actually, if I just come around, there's a young buck. At the moment he's framed perfectly between the heads of two young does. So I'm just trying to wait until he looks up to get the perfect shot. Ah, excellent, he's looking right at the camera. This isn't really a style of photography I've done that much of. Most of what I do is architecture or interiors. I used to do a lot of sport, and I worked in a nightclub as a photographer for a while, but I've never really had the chance to go out and do much wildlife, so it's a novelty really for me. So one of the things I absolutely love about being out here in Richmond Park is that you look one way and it feels like you're in the countryside, and then the other way you can see London and all the skyscrapers. You realise actually how close you are to being in Central. Whew. So I am back in the car now. It got quite windy and cold and I broke the Q rule. I left my gloves in the car so my hands are freezing. I'm just going to do one last lap driving around the park just to see if there's any nice light left anywhere, but I think certainly on this side the sun went behind a cloud and the light's just horrible, so I'm hoping that if we go around the other side of the park the light should be a bit better. We can hopefully get some nice golden hour shots. Let's see. So I'm just going to try getting some pictures shooting out the window and see how that goes. God, check out that guy's antlers. They're amazing. Right, I should probably get home.